Is Queen Camilla the latest to jump on the royal family friendship bracelet trend? Queen Camilla seems to have brought something new into her go-to jewelry rotation, perhaps taking a cue from several other members of the royal family. On September 5, the Queen, 77, wore a blue string bracelet on her left wrist at the English National Ballet's Mulryan Centre for Dance in London. The outing marked her first official visit to the centre since becoming patron earlier this year. Aligning with her personal interest in dance, she has taken ballet classes herself. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. A close look showed that Queen Camilla wore a blue string bracelet featuring a few blue and white beads as she watched rehearsals for upcoming performances and met the people behind the productions amid the English National Ballet's 75th season. The subtle fashion statement marked the third day in a row that the Queen wore the bracelet on her left wrist. She appeared to debut the accessory while opening the Dyson Cancer Center at the Royal United Hospital in Bath, England on September 3, where she told someone she met that her husband King Charles is doing very well, in an apparent reference to his cancer treatment. The Queen sported the bracelet again on September 4 while hosting a festive reception at St James's Palace in London for the 70th anniversary of Book Aid International. The royal became patron of the charity previously supported by Prince Philip in 2022, and her role helped spotlight the organisation's work to promote literacy, one of her key causes in her royal work. Queen Camilla is often spotted wearing a Van Cleef & Arpels vintage Alhambra bracelet with blue charms and other delicate gold chain bracelets on her right wrist, and the string edition expands her collection. However, she's hardly the first member of the royal family to recently make that fashion statement. The King, 75, Princess Charlotte, 9, and Prince George, 11, have all been spotted wearing colourful string friendship bracelets at various events this summer, with the King himself seemingly kick-starting the trend. King Charles' twisted red and yellow bracelet was first visible when he travelled to Wales with Queen Camilla on July 11, and waved on his way into the Senedd in Cardiff. He was pictured in it again during a trip to the Channel Islands of Jersey and Guernsey on July 15 and July 16, and wore it for the state opening of Parliament on July 17, a style surprise for the formal state occasion. Around the same time, on July 14, Princess Charlotte and Prince George both debuted friendship bracelets when they attended separate sporting events with their parents, Prince William and Kate Middleton. During a girls' day out at Wimbledon with her mom Princess Kate and Aunt Pippa Middleton, Princess Charlotte wore pale pink and blue bracelets on her right wrist. The same day, Prince George sported a multicolored string bracelet on his left wrist while attending the UEFA European Championship match in Germany with Prince William. In a display of his personal style, George even wore the bracelet for the birthday portrait taken by Princess Kate, released to celebrate his 11th birthday on July 22. Friendship bracelets have had an explosive pop culture moment during Taylor Swift's ongoing Global Eras tour, inspired by a line in the lyrics of a song on her 2022 album Midnights. On Prince William's 42nd birthday in June, the Prince of Wales, George and Charlotte attended Swift's concert in London and posed for rare selfies with the music superstar and her boyfriend Travis Kelce behind the scenes, with the possible Swift fandom perhaps inspiring the new royal penchant for friendship bracelets. The expression "onwards and upwards" is central to the manner in which Queen Camilla is coping with the news that her husband has been diagnosed with cancer, as reported by Rebecca English of the Daily Mail. The author of the English piece stated, "After a momentary wobble, she pulled herself together." The 76-year-old individual, who was known for his prolific letter writing, began concluding his communication with the phrase "onwards and upwards." There was a clear indication of how she intended to confront this new situation head-on, according to English's description of it. In a statement released on February 5, 2024, Buckingham Palace revealed the King's diagnosis. This came after the monarch had undergone a corrective treatment on January 26, 2024, in order to treat an enlarged prostate. Before confirming her own cancer diagnosis in a video announcement in March 2024, Kate was hospitalized at the same time for stomach surgery. Both of these events occurred simultaneously. As the king gradually increases the number of public appearances he makes after returning to official duties in late April 2024, the treatment he receives, similar to that which the Princess of Wales receives, is ongoing. After that, English continued by stating that Camilla's concern was not because the king's prognosis was particularly terrible, it should be emphasized. Because, on a human level, the prospect of cancer is so genuinely terrible for both patients and their partners. Cancer is a potentially life-threatening disease. At first, Camilla was not concerned about the fact that the king was hospitalized in January 2024 for an enlarged prostate, according to a person who spoke to English. She was quite relaxed when she visited His Majesty in the hospital after he first went in for prostate surgery, they added. He also had surgery on his prostate. Of course, I was concerned, but it was a very typical operational routine. Moreover, there was a considerable amount of laughter that could be heard at his bedside. A few days later, however, the king was informed that he had been diagnosed with cancer. In the moments leading up to the announcement made by the palace, King Charles and Queen Camilla took some time to absorb the information in privacy at Sandringham. A visit to a cancer support centre in London, England, was scheduled to take place on January 31, 2024, but the Queen carried ahead with the visit despite the fact that her husband had begun his own treatment at the time, which was unknown to the rest of the world. Queen Camilla's laid-back demeanour has vanished by this point in time. People had never seen her that frightened in private, a friend claimed. She was always so worried. I want you to temporarily forget who they are. Take a human perspective on the situation. Her cherished husband was dealing with a condition that was really serious. This was the fight of his life. It was a very difficult task. As was the case with Prince William and Kate, the health problems that the royal family was experiencing in 2024 appear to have drawn the king and queen closer together. The phrase "they have always been a team" was spoken by an individual who is familiar with the pair to English. But at this point, it would be impossible to fit a cigarette paper in between them. Topping off the regal ensemble was the George IV state diadem, which she had worn once before. King Charles' wife made her debut in the historic headpiece, otherwise known as the Diamond Diadem, for the first state opening of Parliament of his royal reign in November 2023. The sparkler glitters with 1,333 diamonds and has a rich history. The regal head topper was made for the coronation of King George IV in 1820 and is what the monarch wore, along with a large purple velvet cap, on his way to Westminster Abbey for his crowning ceremony over 200 years ago.